Ruby Contenders. Happy Monday night. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day. All right, we are here. Who remembers what last week's homework was? Actually, let me not put anyone on the spot. How many of you had an opportunity to listen to the Atomic Habits Mel Robbins like hour? Okay, Lori did. All right, pop a one in the chat if you did. Who has something that they want to share about that maybe jumped out at them, something that resonated with them. You know, typically I always feel like I want to say that was a good use of my time. I'd hate to walk away from something and say that was a waste. So, what was the biggest takeaway? Anybody? Lori, should I put you on the spot? What did you think of it?
You can put me on the spot. I listened to it multiple times in a row. So Becky, thank you. I think you were the
Oh,
one that shared that. To pull out one thing, and I want to listen to it again because when I listen to it, I listen in the car, so I can't write things down, and so I need to listen to it again. But there are some things, and you're going to put me on the spot, and I'm not going to come up with anything right now because I didn't write it down. But there were multiple, like three steps that he would come up with. And to just, oh, okay, one thing. The guy that decided that he was going to make a habit, create a habit, and there are different habits. Habits are things you do without even thinking, but then there are habits that you create because you've just made a decision that you're going to implement this thing. And so this guy decided he wanted to go to the gym. And so he'd go to the gym, he'd get dressed to go to the gym, and he'd be there for 5 minutes, and then he'd leave. Be like, wow. And he did like that like for weeks or whatever. And then he would stay a little bit longer, but he told himself he couldn't do it more than 5 minutes. And they're like, well, isn't that kind of a waste? And he said, no, what he's doing is he's creating the habit to get into the habit of going to the gym. And it's not always making this huge goal that you have to do in one fell swoop because so many of us create that goal and you think that I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to make X amount of dollars at Trinant. I'm going to do all this stuff. And I can't make that goal in the first week. And it's very easy to get defeated. So the analogy there was to decide what you want to do and then go. The other thing was not necessarily about the goal, but it's about the process on how you will reach the goal. And sometimes we have to change our process instead of focusing on the goal and changing ourselves and the person that we want to be. Those are my things. I'll stop talking. There was so much. There was just so
love
much.
it. Okay, that could not be a better segue into what we're going to be talking about today. But did anybody else have a chance to watch it? And if you did not get to watch it, you guys, I
Do
cannot
it.
stress it enough. I did it 20 minutes at a time because I do a little 20-minute workout in my basement on my power plate. And I have like my computer open so I can actually see the interview. It's okay to break it up. Anyone else? If you didn't watch it, I'm going to reinforce, and I hope that the fact that Lori is watching it a third time, I hope that impresses upon you, like, okay, maybe this is worth it after all. Like Becky told me to do this, but like Becky is kind of like a hard charger. Okay, when you have someone that's listened to it twice and is going to do a third time, I think that says something. But that could not be a better segue into what we're going to talk about today. So, many of you guys know or if you follow me on Facebook at all, you know that I was just spent an entire weekend at Eric and Marina Warre's house. And it was really, honestly, one of the most, in my 20 some years in this business, just really one of the most incredible experiences I've had. And one of the reasons that made it so incredibly impactful was that everybody in that room was just so passionate and they're just so passionate about everyone that was there was from a different network marketing company. You don't even necessarily know what network marketing company anybody's with because we keep it all super generic where we're not really talking about individual companies. It's more overarching principles. And one of the things that we talked about were, just the qualities that lead to success in our type of space. And one of them was discipline. Nobody can make any type of consistent money, whether it be a Pearl paycheck of $500 or a Ruby paycheck of 1,500. Nobody can create that consistent income if they don't work consistently because our successes are built on the foundation of yesterday. And that success is built on the foundation of the day before. So the minute you have like a break in the chain or a lengthy break in the chain, you diminish your ability to be successful. And so, there is a group of us, we've got this little Ruby contender group, but there is another group of us, another group of people that are like kind of shooting for more than that. They're shooting for emerald and beyond, right? And despite those people already being ranked to Ruby and beyond, we stripped everything down to the basics and we said, we are starting over with a DMO. Many of you think you're following a DMO, but a daily method of operation, but there's a good chance you've kind of gotten into just, like our habits erode and our habits will erode if we are not purposeful about maintaining a habit. And so as our habits erode, next thing you know, it's like, yeah, I was doing the DMO, and then I don't know how I got away from it. Put a two in the chat as that if that has ever happened to you. Like, yeah, you know what? I was doing that. I don't know why I stopped doing that, or I don't know how I ever got out of that. Not necessarily for Trinot, just something else in your life. You're like, yeah, honestly I was doing my Duolingo, trying to learn Italian. I was doing it like every day consistently, and I do not know what happened. All of a sudden I just stopped doing it. We all have something like that. And what happens is you can be in a years long habit, literally years, and you can break that chain for a small amount of time. And then that's it. The habit's done. Now you're in a new habit of just not doing it. So today we are going to go to the DMO that those of us in this other group that are aspiring for Emerald and beyond, the DMO that they are using. And I think this will be super helpful for you guys because I mean, again, these are people that are already ranked to Ruby and Sapphire, but they are, and myself, I spent the last week doing this DMO, and I'm going to be honest, it almost killed me. I had gotten out of the habit of being consistent with the basic things. I had gotten into the habit of now I'm doing an onboarding call for somebody. Now I'm creating a training. Now I'm doing the Ruby Contender call. I had gotten totally out of the habit of just working my own personal business daily as if I'm not responsible for anyone else. So we're going to go over this DMO. I'm going to screen share and we are going to put the document into our Ruby Contender groups so that you guys can have it. But I'm going to go through it and I'm going to go through it one by one and I'm going to basically, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. I got to share. Here it is. Okay. We're going to go through this one by one, okay? Because when we do this, you're going to see incredible results. I've already recruited one person and I have two other recruiting appointments come as a result of this DMO. I have gotten the habit of doing. So I want to show you the overarching view of it first, okay? All right, that's the full page, but I'm now like making it a little bit bigger, so that I can show you. Okay. So as you guys can see, there are 7 days, Sunday through Saturday. Now, obviously today's Monday. So like, it's not like we can start this tomorrow, right? So step number 1, 10 pages or 10 minutes of self-development. If you are an Eric Worre GoPro Insider, which by the way, I cannot stress that enough, $20 a month. I get a training every day. As soon as I wake up, I roll out of bed. While I am making my bed and taking off I literally play it from my phone while I'm making my bed, taking off my pajamas, brushing my teeth. Before I even walk downstairs, I'm darn near done with it. Maybe for some of you, it's Mel Robbins. Maybe for some of you, it's scripture. Maybe for some of you, you're going to break up this Atomic Habits over, like whatever, 10 pages or 10 minutes of self-development. Mindset is the most important thing in our industry. It's the most important thing for success in any industry. Number 2, write 3 gratitudes. I would love, hang on, I'll stop the share. Can someone put a 2 in the chat if you guys keep a 3, sorry, put a 3 in the chat if you keep a gratitude journal or if you've ever kept a gratitude journal. Okay, that's a lot. That's great. Oh my gosh, that's more than I thought. All right, so if you haven't, it will completely change how you feel. To write down every morning 3 things that you're grateful for, you guys. It takes minutes. Now, I do mine on my phone. I have a note. We all, if you have an iPhone, you have the Notes app. Look, Notes app, gratitude journal. See, look at that. Gratitude journal. And I just go one day at a time. And I put my three things. And so you can see each day and the three things. Doesn't have to be in a booklet. It just starting your day was okay. Let me just talk about starting your day. Some of you are saying, guys, are you crazy? I'm up at 5 in the morning. I'm jumping straight. Fine. Maybe you're a nighttime person. Maybe your gratitude is before you go to bed. Maybe yours is on your lunch break. I'm not saying it has to be in the morning. I like to start my day this way, but that's the second thing. I want to encourage you. And for some of you, this might sound hokey. And you're like, oh gosh, trust me when I say it does change what your day looks like. It changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how you feel about other people. It changes how you feel about your business. Okay. All right. Now, next, one value touch point a day. Can you bring value to one person a day? Just one, not 10, one. I like to focus on bringing value through when I get like a heart or a like or a comment on my social media. I typically hop in my inbox and I thank them for thank them for the love. I ask if they'd be interested in ordering this product. And then attach the Look Good, Feel Good group. I say, hey, if you want to see tons more testimonials, I got a group with tons of testimonials. That's a value touch point. Sometimes it's if somebody places an order with me. I will send them that from the Go app, that sheet. Each product has like a little profile sheet. I'll send that to them like, hey, thanks for ordering the Enrich. Wanted to send you a little sheet that talks about Enrich and what it does for you. That's a value touch point. I'm just trying to bring value to people. Okay, I'm trying to do one a day. Next, one reel I call it a Facebook, not a Facebook Live. It could be a Facebook Live. Sorry. I'm going live in my stories. I'm going live in my stories. I usually do it when I'm making my Activate or making my Mojo. And just like, hey guys, here I am making my Activate. If you've not seen me talk about this product, today's the day. This is great for appetite reduction. It helps melt your visceral fat. It's great for your metabolic markers like cholesterol and triglycerides. If any of these things are an issue for you, hop in my DM. I'd love to send you some information. Just putting myself out there. 3 to 5 story frames. Stories. Those are, I go into Telegram and I find all the little like graphics that all these amazing graphics that other people make. They usually have 3 or 4 clumped together with the same theme. So it might be Mojo and there might be 3 of them in a row or Activate 3 in a row or whatever. I'll just post that on my stories. Okay, next, follow up. This is the hardest one. If you have not been consistently reaching out to people, you might not feel like you have 10 people to follow up with. And that is okay. That is okay. This is a build. You're going to get to the point where you've thrown enough fish and lines in the water that you have people to follow up with. Right now, you might have 2. That is okay. We're not going to let perfect be the enemy of good here. New conversations. I'm going to show you how I do this. I like to start new conversations with people, and I'm actually going to show you exactly how I do it. I'm going to do it from my desktop. I typically do it from my phone, but I'm going to show you. Let me open up my Facebook. Hold on one second, you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Facebook, home, close these out. Okay, let me go back to my screen share. The way I like to start new conversations with people is in stories. I like to do it in stories. I like to comment on people's stuff. So what I typically do is watch this, I click on the first person. Hang on. Okay, turned off the volume. Okay. So what I do is over here on the left-hand margin, guys, do you see this over here? I like to do this for my desktop because it allows me to skip all of the Trinont people. Does that make sense? I am trying to create new conversations with people that are not part of my Toronto team. So like Kelly Baylor is a great example. Okay, so she's got like Marquette wins. I'm like, yay, MU. That's it. I just started a conversation with her in Messenger. Who else is over here? Vince Singali. He used to be, oh man, down with Miami, dude. Um, this game is on right now, if you guys are wondering what that's about. Okay, so you see what I'm saying here, guys? I just started a new conversation with Vince. He was my kid's football coach. He obviously wants Miami to win this game tonight. I just messaged down with Miami. So now what's going to happen is he's going to respond in my messenger and be like, boo or go Canes. Guess what? Vince is now going to be seeing all of my turnout stuff. Does this make sense to you guys? Shake your head if you know what, if this is making sense to you. I am starting a new message with Vince. I promise you he will reply. Okay. So I like doing it on my desktop because I can scroll and actually just look for names that I know are not turnout people. I'm not trying to start any new convert. Oh, Josie Rupnick. I haven't talked to her in forever. Okay. If I see it's political, then I always skip it. I don't want to do any of that. Levon. Okay. Okay, it's amazing how people have loud music. All right, you guys get where I'm going with this, okay? So that is how I start new conversations, and I'm doing that because I want more eyeballs on my business. And the way to get more eyeballs on my business is to be in conversations with people. Facebook likes it when you are having interaction with somebody. So the easiest way for me to get more eyeballs and to expand my reach is to start conversations with people in Messenger. And I do it very easily from stories. Cute dog. Your vacation pics are amazing. You get where I'm going. Because now we're not conversing on their wall, we're conversing in Messenger. This person is now going to start to see more of my content. And when they see more of my content, now they're more likely to heart or like. If they heart or like, now I have something I can follow up with them on. Okay, let's finish up the DMO here. Oh Lord, I must have closed it out. I sure did. All right, give me a second, guys. Here we go. Now we're in business. Okay. An ATM, that is tagging people in the in the Look Good Feel Good page. Those are my hearts, likes, and comments. Okay. These are the things I am doing every day. I'm listening to my self-development. I write 3 things that I'm thankful for. I try to provide some sort of value for one person. It can even be a former customer. It could be checking back on them. Hey, I'm checking back to see how that Activate is working out for you. I just want to provide value for one human. I do a live in my stories just so people see my personality. I grab a couple pictures from Telegram. That's easy. These are the ones that take, where like when you look at this whole thing, these last 3 ones take up the most of my time. This I crank through. Check, 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 check. These are the ones that take me longer. Following up with people, actually starting new conversations, that one's easy. It's really the following up with people and tagging people in the Look Good Feel Good page. Now, this is all the same thing Monday through Sunday. And this is like the rubric or the storyboard of your life. What product did you focus on? Did you talk about it today? And did you share how it solves a problem? Did you share how it solves a problem? That is the most critical thing that you're going to do. All right, now I'm going to blow this up a little bit. This is a speak now or forever hold your peace. I want you guys to come off mute if you have any questions. Now, people will ask me how long this takes me. Okay. I've actually never done it start to finish, but I've been told by people who just sit down to do all straight away, it might take them an hour to do, if you don't skip anything and you really actually follow up with 10 people, not 2, and you actually do all these things. I've actually never done it all in a row because I do my self-development and my gratitude journal as soon as I wake up. Usually midday is when I hop on my computer to like do my story and put a couple things from Telegram, right? So I've actually never done it start to finish. And it's okay if you don't either. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. You guys, I need you guys to come off mute. Who's looking?
Sonara.
Carol, yes.
Okay. I've tried to start new conversations and stories, but as I look at my stories, the people are either Trinant associates or like groups that I'm not even a part of or ads. So I can find very few new people or friends to start a conversation with. Can I go to their Facebook page and comment there? Or you're saying that isn't as effective as if I do it in Messenger?
No, you can. The reason it's more effective in Messenger, Carol, is they're more likely to respond to you. See, when you comment on somebody's Facebook wall, a lot of times it just sits there. But when you comment on one of their stories and it ends up in Messenger, it almost feels like a text message. And they typically reply. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can see that. But if I'm not finding anybody on stories, can I take from their wall something I've seen on their wall and go to Messenger and comment on it then? Or how do
You
I
you
do that?
you can, but let me ask you this. Are you working from your phone or a desktop, Carol?
Usually in a phone or iPad.
Okay. So then so what I'm hang on, let me just highlight myself. Okay. So when you're on your Facebook, when you go to home, not your wall, home, these are all the people that have a story loaded. And you're saying when you look at those people, all of them are Ternant people?
Most of them are Trinant people or like an inspirational saying or an ad for some product or something.
Well, I don't, can there be ads up there? Do you know, Becky?
Maybe that's the wrong word, but
Yeah.
it's
But if it's an inspirational saying, though, it's an inspirational saying that was posted by somebody.
by a group sometimes. So,
I don't think so. I think they're all personal
okay.
profiles, Carol. I'm pretty sure. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, I think it's a personal. So
Well,
somebody is just posting
Oh,
some
well,
inspirational quote
for
underneath.
instance, I see a lot of like Mother Teresa. It'll just say Mother Teresa at the top. I don't see a name. So I think there is a group of like for Mother Teresa and her quotes and things.
Either that or it's the person that's their handle or that's their name
yeah,
on
I'm
Okay.
Facebook.
wondering if you're actually here in this area or if you're
Yes.
somewhere else.
No, I
Yeah.
am. I am.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
if you see an inspirational quote, like today's obviously Martin Luther King, I see someone had an MLK post, but that's posted by somebody. So
Okay.
I can open that up. This is
Oh,
it. And I can comment down here.
oh, okay.
Go
Another
for it.
idea, Carol, that you can do birthdays. If you want to ask somebody, happy birthday, what are you doing for your birthday today? Get a conversation going with birthdays too. That counts as a conversation if you get
Okay.
in a conversation with them. So it doesn't have to be, this isn't the only way you can get in a conversation with
Okay.
somebody.
Okay, good.
Um,
Yeah, I try to do that.
yeah. Or somebody you're just scrolling along and all of a sudden you see their Facebook post and they're on vacation. A lot of times I'll hop in their messenger and be like, hey, I am adding to my bucket list of places to go and that looks phenomenal. Where are you?
Mhm.
So I'll do that sometimes too. So there's a couple
Yeah,
different ways to do it.
yeah,
Plus, one
yeah.
more thing, Carol, is as much as you love the Tornado Associates, you might want to unfollow a lot of them. You're not unfriending them, you're just unfollowing because that's what's flooding your feed instead of some
Oh,
new
okay.
friends. Yeah, you still
Okay.
love them, but yeah, that way you won't see their stuff. And I mean, keep some of the basics like I got Sonara and Wendy and Becky and that kind of stuff, but everybody else, yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and honestly, that is a really great suggestion for all of you. Unfollowing, to MJ's point, it's not the same as unfriending, but what happens is Facebook only kind of allows so much content on your wall. And so it's when you unfollow someone, it creates space for somebody else to be in your stories and in your wall. So, yes, if you find that you're being flooded by nobody but not people, unfollow them, snooze them.
Okay.
Maybe don't snooze your leader. Don't snooze your Ruby leader. Maybe don't snooze the person that recruited you. You know, maybe you're not going to snooze but snooze the majority. And you're going to see all of a sudden so many names that are popping into your feed that it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen, Lindsay Johnson post anything in forever. It's because
Okay.
there was no room for Lindsay. That's a great point, Carol. Thank you for asking that
Okay.
question.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Does everyone feel like they understand what we're asking them to do? We are expanding your reach. We're getting more eyeballs on your business, and you're starting conversations with people. This is just kind of like holding me accountable to doing my story. I am challenging myself to go live in my stories every single day. That is something that I am trying to do. And the reason this is almost like with your kid. Did you say please? Say thank you. It's like, did you talk about it today? Did you share how it solves a problem? This is the next document that I want you guys. It is in our Diamond League. Okay. This is the first and only document I have seen that is like this. It is a list of our master products, but it also lists the problem that it solves. It's not listing the ingredients. It's not listing that there's liposomal technology that attaches to a fat molecule and gets into your gut barrier. No, 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 no. These are the problems that it solves. So if I'm talking about, say, Clear Plus, and I'm on a story and I'm shaking it up, I can say, okay, guys, are you somebody that is trying desperately to hit your protein goals and you just can't do it? You do not want to have one more egg. Are you hungry between meals, feeling like you want a snack? Are you wanting to get away from really thick shakes? Wanting something just lighter? You guys are going to love this Clear Plus. Okay. You see what I'm saying, guys? People buy solutions. They don't actually buy our products, they buy what the products do for them. So when you are posting anything, whether it be you're doing a story or you're just posting, you're doing a pudding demo, it doesn't matter. In that post, you want to talk about the problem it solves. Like, where is Enrich? Let's find it. There it is. Do you feel bloated after meals? Do you feel super uncomfortable after eating? Do you have gas or not feeling regular? I have a product for you. I'm going to show you guys how this works. This document is amazing. If you've ever said, what does this product do? What is Focus even for? What does it do? Well, here you go. Brain fog, trouble concentrating, mental fatigue, midday crash, and low productivity. This is one of the best documents I have ever seen. Okay, so here's what we want you guys to do this week. All right. Oh, okay. So, yes, in our Ruby Contender chats, we will put both the DMO and we will put that document. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's any questions over here. Faye, yes, listening to self-development counts. I always listen. I typically don't read any books unless I'm on an airplane. Otherwise, I listen because I'm typically doing 3 things at once. What else? Okay, everybody's asking for the document. Yep, we're going to make sure that you guys have access to it. Okay. So here's the challenge, guys. For some of you, this is not going to be difficult. You're kind of already doing it. It's going to help refine what you're doing. Some of you are doing a DMO, but it's like, you know what? I'm actually not starting new conversations with people. I'm going to start to do that. It's going to put more, like you're working consistently. You're like an A plus, but this might be pointing out a few things that you could be doing to expand your reach, right? For some of you, this is going to be very difficult. I am one of those people. I followed it this week and it was really challenging. I don't go live every day in my stories, but dang it, I'm going to do it. I I haven't been ATMing people every day. I haven't been, so it's like, oh, you know what? This is better. I'm following with people that have hearts, likes, and comments. But yeah, that would be another great added piece of value to say, hey, by the way, I'm adding you to our Look Good, Feel Good testimonial page. Wait, even more testimonials than the one that you commented on. Yes, Jessica's asking, can you cover the ATM? So the ATM means add, tag, message. Add, tag, message. We have a testimonial page called Look Good, Feel Good. When somebody hearts or likes my posts, I am commenting, hey, or I'm getting in their inbox, hey, Becky, thanks for showing my Facebook post some love. I cannot tell you how much I love this daily health system. If you are looking for weight loss or body composition changes or metabolic health, this is it. I'd love to help you order it. And then um, I say, let me know if I can help you order it. And then I say, P.S., if you'd like more testimonials, I've invited you to this testimonial page. And I put the link to the Look Good, Feel Good. And then I go over to the Look Good, Feel Good and I just invite them. So then I would I'd go to the invite button and I find Becky Smith. Bing. So she's been invited by me and I told her, and by the way, this is a copy paste. It's copy paste.
So can I ask a question? Because here's my
Yes.
dilemma. I am posting and I'm not getting the hearts, likes, and comments. So if I'm not getting that, obviously suggestions.
Yes.
I have a
Okay. So
suggestion.
while yep, go ahead, Becky.
Okay. Jessica, have you been to any work sessions by chance?
A few.
Okay.
I've been to, yeah, a few.
Okay. One of the things that, I can't speak to all of the work sessions. I know I do the 5 a.m. one, which people kind of cringe at, but I also do 8 a.m. on Mondays and 7 p.m. on a lot of Wednesdays, except this week. One of the things that we really work on is building your algorithm within Facebook and the ways that we can do that and how we do that. Sometimes when you're not maybe spending time commenting on other people's posts or having conversations in Messenger, Facebook has this really awful way of, if you're not interacting with people, it's not showing them your things, right? So make sure that you're commenting on other people's posts, and that will cause them to see your things. Number two is always make sure that when you're posting something not related, that it solves a problem. When Snar just showed us the list of like NAD, these are all the things it does, Enrich, these are the things it does. I think I see a lot of times people post a picture of a product, and people will just scroll past like it's a billboard, right? But if you say diarrhea, gas, bloat, constipation, all of a sudden they're like, whoa, they stop, and it grabs their attention. So making sure that in the top of it, that it solves some type of a problem that they're having to, usually will help become a scroll stopper as well. But the work sessions, when at least I know I can speak for my work sessions, we spend a very good amount of time doing algorithm boosting activities in there and sending everybody out to do it at the same time. So just a thought.
Yeah, and I've been on yours. So yeah, I've been on a couple, and I have actually started doing more because I got a notification today that my percentage of interaction is up like 400% from last week. So I know I'm starting to do that more, and I get a ton of views from my stories, but no comments, no hearts. They're just viewing them. So
they are watching.
They are watching, but I'm like, that's why I was like, okay, so am I just if they're not doing the hearts and likes, I don't have that option, but okay.
Well, ask them to comment, and when you're doing your story, ask them to comment below in your story too. See if you can get some nibbles on that.
Okay, because I do a lot of polls, but of course I'm not getting much of that either response, but okay.
And most of my hearts and likes are from Trinot people, so it's
yeah.
Yep. If you guys want to check in the chat, can you see that? That is my copy paste. Hey, Jill, thanks for showing my Facebook post some love. Obviously, you guys are going to customize this to you. As a 50-year-old woman, I'm loving my results, smallest size in about 10 years. If you have goals that include weight loss, slimming down, or getting rid of that dang belly pouch, this is for you. Did you want me to help you get it ordered? P.S. That pic was one story of thousands. If you need more proof, I have linked you in our testimonial page. You'll be amazed. That's a copy paste, guys. I don't type that out every
The
time.
link you just put, Sanara, is to Mel Robbins. It's not to the Look Good, Feel Good.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I was pulling from two spots. Yep, stand by.
Just so you know.
Yep, thank you. Link is below. Yep, I didn't mean to put that on there.
And again, I'm just going to give everybody a warning. The copy paste is awesome, and I've done it a lot, but that also got me into Facebook jail. So if you're going to do that, like do one or two, wait a little while. They never defined what a little while means, but then do some more. But I was rapid firing like something like that. I'd rapid fire like 10 people. And
MJ,
it's like,
was it
whoop, whoop.
because it was a link from outside of Facebook though? Like if you do it, oh,
Nope,
it was
because I was doing happy
um,
birthday. I
but
mean,
you were adding the nerd wallet though, weren't you?
yeah, but even just a message, sometimes something like that, I would copy and paste, and it started picking that up that it was repetitious.
Well, I will say one workaround is always I do change it like, hey Jill, like I always like that's the bulk of the message, but I always do like customize the first sentence. And I find that just changing their name and like, hope everything's, great out in Farmington Hills, one sentence it's amazing how that will make a difference. But yeah, when it's do a tiny bit of customization, but don't feel like you have to put that out there every time. So, um, so yeah, but then I'm also going to go to the Look Good Feel Good page and I'm going to hit the invite button. So after I send that to Jill, I also want to invite her. So then I just click over on the Look Good Feel Good page, I click that invite button and I add her, so that she's, invited by me. Okay, last thing I'm going to say is what Becky said. Facebook has a way of punishing people that they don't think are loving on other people enough. They want you to be a giver and not just a taker. And that means, spending time, I probably spend about 10 minutes a day, 10, 15 minutes a day, just scrolling Facebook and commenting on people's stuff, right? Okay, Michelle says, da, 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 da. Yeah, and sometimes people just don't like it, and that's okay, you guys. They are watching. They are watching. They're watching. People come around. You just gotta be consistent, right? Okay. So, any other questions or as Becky, MJ, is there anything you want to add? Because this is a week where the priority this week is just consistency.
I think one of my superpowers is consistency. And I know we're going to be in the incentive trip, and MJ and I are both going to be there, and Sonara. And my DMO and stuff is coming with me and will be done every morning, regardless of the fact of whether I'm in Mexico, whether I'm in an airport, whether I'm on my way back. I know that I am crazy for getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to get nearly as much done because of how busy my life is. But that consistency, once you get into the habits, like Mel Robbins says, I can't not do it. I think I would go through my day like with a pit in my stomach, having not at least gotten 75% of it done. So once you get into that habit, it's amazing because it's allowed me to keep, a sapphire rank the majority of the time. And that, to spend an hour and a half a day is totally worth it wouldn't you agree, for a Ruby Pro Sapphire paycheck? So
think about that, guys. Let's just put that to perspective. A Sapphire paycheck is $4,500 a month. That's almost $60,000 a year. Think about the professions that you know where the paycheck is 60,000 and they work 40 hours a week to get it. Now imagine working 5 hours a week. Who wouldn't take that job? Who wouldn't take that job? Imagine you're interviewing for the job and they say to you, well, so we're going to need you to put in 5 hours a week, maybe 6. When you choose, by the way, morning, noon, night, doesn't matter. We just need you to put in 6 hours of your choosing and the pay scale is $58,000. Who wouldn't take that job? But to Becky's point, her superpower is consistency. And with that consistency, then, it comes the fruits of that labor. And the funny thing is, this is a business that doesn't really reward starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. It just doesn't. Um, it really is kind of like I'm either doing it or I'm not doing it, you know? So if you can keep that in the back of your mind, if I would be willing to take a job where I only have to work about an hour a day for this type of money, if the answer is yes, just stick with it. So this week we're going to build on this. But next week we're going to build, sorry, next week we're going to build on this. But right now, the purpose of this week is just learning how to be consistent with no breaks. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. If you only do 2 reach outs, please don't like say, that's it, I quit. This is too hard for me. Great. 2 is better than 0, right? We are going to be doing this Ruby Contender Club, by the way, until the end of February. February is when those extra bonuses expire, the breakthrough bonuses. So we're going to stay connected as a group until, for about another month. And we're going to make some amazing things happen in February with all of the momentum and the visibility and everything that we're creating in January. We're going to talk about the type of person that you need to be looking for your business, how we are going to specifically reach out to them. That's all coming next week. Sound good?
Yes. Sinar, where do we find that new DMO sheet you've been showing?
Yep. So we've just put it into the Ruby chat, so you should be able to click on it in there.
Okay.
Actually, and Carol, I'm just gonna message. I'm just gonna individually message you.
Okay. I don't know where Ruby chat is. What do you mean?
You
No,
might
well,
not.
Amy, you're under Jenny. So now you want to send it to Carol?
I'm
Otherwise
doing
I
it
can
right
do it.
now. Yep. So
Okay.
I'm sending you the DMO, and I'm also sending you that little master product problem list. So
I
you've got.
have that from another time. I think you put it out there.
Okay. Well, now you have it twice.
I just printed it. Okay. Thank you.
Yay. All right.
Thanks
Awesome.
so much.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here today. Consistency is the name of the game. No child left behind, and we will see you guys all next week.
Okay. Have fun on your trip, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.